Welcome to day 3. We are looking at the iteration or repetition or loop statement. These 3 terms are used interchangeably, and in particular we are looking at a category of it, definite iteration or the for loop. How to make use of this video. 1. Just watch the video like a TV program. 2. Take notes with pen and paper, pausing the video intermittently. 3. Open up the Python idle editor and type and run the programs. So here we look at the for loop, which is an example of definite iteration. So if we have a Python program which reads for j in range 4, print j, what would be the output? This is the output 0, 1, 2, 3. So how do we get from this program to the output? So if we have for j in range 4, the first value of j is 0, and it prints j, which is 0. Then it goes round again. The second value of j is 1. It prints j, so it prints 1. The third value of j is 2. Print j, it prints 2. And the fourth value of j is 3. It prints j, it prints 3. Note a kind of quirk of the for loop in Python. If you've got 4 here, it stops printing 1 before the 4, so it prints up to 3. Note that Python is a 0-based language, which means we start counting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. And just for your information and general knowledge, there are other programming languages which start counting from 1. So what program would provide the following output? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go back to this program here. So how would we modify it so it produces this output here? Think about it. Yes, you're right. We say for j in range 6, print j. So the first value of j is 0. It prints j, prints 0. The second value of j is 1. It prints 1. Go round again. The third value of j is 2. It prints 2. Go round again. The fourth value of j is 3. It prints 3. Go round again. The fifth value of j is 4. And it prints 4. Go round again. The sixth value of j is 5, and it prints 5. And again, can you see you've got in range 6, and it has stopped. This number is 1 before 6. Now the for loop implements definite iteration. It is an example of a definite iterative statement, as the loops or statements will definitely be executed a certain number of times. The number of times or the amount specified. What do we mean by this? Okay, if we look at this first program here, this loop will be executed 4 times. It will be definitely executed 4 times. So it's definite iteration. If we look here, this for loop will definitely be executed 6 times. So the number of times the loop is executed is predefined. Now, write a program that. So we write a program that, for number 13, outputs all numbers between 1 and 10. Okay, so here we have the code for it. Number 13, which reads the code for x in range 1, 11, print x, and this is the output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the first value of x is 1, and it prints x, which is 1. Then it goes round again. The second value of x is 2, so it prints x, which is 2. The third value is 3, so it prints 3. And it goes on until it reaches, until x is 10, and it prints x, which is 10 there. Now remember, it's kind of an odd quirk of Python that it will stop printing 1 before this number here. So this is 11, and the last value here that it has printed is 10. So this is a solution for printing the numbers 1 to 10 using a for loop. Now, can I please draw your attention to something else? Can you see the structure of the for loop? For x in range 1, 11, and here in these brackets you've got two parameters, and you've got a colon there, and then you've got print x statement, and here this is indented by a tab, and this print x statement is within the for loop. So can you see the kind of structure of the for loop? So let us write a program for number 14 which outputs all odd numbers between 1 and 99. Okay, here is the program for that, and here is the output. Now if I just go up here, you will see all the numbers, all the odd numbers between 1 and 99. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. And if I scroll down, see, we get up to 99 here. So how are we generating this list of numbers? Okay, so just bear with me. Okay, for x in range 1, 101, 2. So can you see that there are three sort of parameters here? First parameter, second parameter, and third parameter. So the first value of x is 1. Now the second value of x is 1 plus 2, which is 3, and that's 3 here. The third value of x is, the 3 plus 2, which is 5. The fourth value of x is 5 plus 2, which is 7, and so on and so forth until you get to 99. Now why does it stop at 99? Remember the quirk of Python. We've got 101 here, so it kind of stops before the 101, and the last value will be 99. Now you may need to think a bit to get your head around this, so I suggest you perhaps listen to the explanation again and think about this. Okay, for number 15, write a program which asks the user to enter a number and outputs the times table for the number. Okay, here is a solution for number 15. It says print times table generator, and it's printed here to the screen, times table generator. Then it says num equals int, input, enter a number. So it's expecting an input from the user, and it's expecting an input of type integer. And so we have typed in 5 here, and it has assigned the value 5 to the variable num. So now num equals 5. Then it says for x in range 1 to 11, or 1, 11, the first value of x is 1, and it's print x times num. So num is 5, so it's printed 1 times 5, which is 5. Then it's gone round the loop again. The next value of x is 2. 2 times 5, which is 10. It's gone round the loop again, So the next value of x is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. So goes round and round again until the last value of x is 10. Remember the odd quirk of Python that it kind of stops on before this number here, which is 11. So it's x 10 times 5 is 50. So here we have the output of the 5 times table. So let me just ask you a question. Suppose you'd run this program and you typed in 3 instead of 5. What output would you have got here? Yes, you would have got the 3 times table here. So I suggest that you type this in and you experiment with it. Okay, for number 16, write a program which outputs each room on each floor that has been cleaned in a hotel. There are 4 floors and 4 rooms on each floor. Now when we look at the output, it will become clear what is actually meant by this question. Okay, we need to look at the nested for loop for this. So if we have a program, say, for j in range 4, for k in range 3, print j, j, print k, k, what does this mean? Now we can see we've got 2 for statements. The first for statement is part of the outer for loop. And the second for statement, that in blue, is part of the inner loop. So we have an inner loop within an outer loop, so it's a nested for construction. Now this produces this output here. So how do we get this output from this program? If we say for j in range 4, so the first value of j is 0, and then for k in range 3, the first value of k is 0. So if you print j, j, k, k, you get j, and the value of j is 0, you get k, and the value of k is 0. Then you go round this inner loop again. So the next value of k is 1. So if you get print jj, print kk, so you get j, and j still retains its value of 0, and k is now 1. Then you go round the inner loop again, and the next value of k is 2. So if you get print jj, print kk, well, j has still retained its value of 0, and k is now 2. Okay, and then you get this. So you go back to the outer loop. For j in range 4, the next value of j is 1. Then you go and you execute all of the inner loop again. So you get 4k in range 3. The first value of k is 0. So if you get print j, print kk, you get j, 1, because the new value of j is 1, k, and the value of k is 0. Then you go around this loop again, and the next value of k is 1. So if you get print jj, print kk, so you get j is 1, because j has retained its value of 1, and k is now 1. Then you go round this loop again, and the next value of j is 1, and the value of k is now 2. So j 1, because j retains its value of 1, the new value of k is 2. Right, now you go back to the outer loop. For j in range 4, so the next value of j is 2. And then you execute all of the statements in the inner loop. For k in range 3, the value of k is 0. So print jj, print kk is print j, which is 2, with the new value of j, and k is 0. Go around the inner loop again rather. The next value of k is 1. So if you get print jj, print kk, you get j, which has retained its value of 2, and then k, which is 1. You go around the inner loop again, J, which is 2, and K, which is 2. Okay, last but not least, as we said, last but not least, we go around this loop again for J in range 4. For J is now 3, and then we execute all the statements in the inner loop for K in range 3. So print JJ, print KK. So K is now, it's 0. You get J3, the new value of J, K0. Go around this inner loop again. K is now 1. So print JJ, print KK. J is still 3, K is 1. Go around the inner loop again for K in range 3. K is now 2. So print JJ, print KK. J is still 3 and K is 2. And now we stop going around this nested for loop construction. So we have an inner loop here. See, in the blue, within an outer loop in the black. It is a nested construction. So here we have a nested for loop. Okay, for number 16, write a program which outputs each room on each floor that has been cleaned in a hotel. There are 4 floors and 4 rooms on each floor. Now when we look at the output, it will become clear what is actually meant by this question. Okay, here is a solution for number 16, and it's made use of a nested loop, as we can see, an outer loop within, or rather an inner loop within an outer loop. Now let's just look at the output. We get floor 1, room 1, floor 1, room 2, floor 1, room 3, floor 1, room 4. Then for floor 2, we get rooms 1, 2, 3, 4. For floor 3, we get rooms 1, 2, 3, 4. And floor 4, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. So how do we get this output? As mentioned before, we get an output using a nested for construct, an inner loop here within an outer loop. So let's just look at this. For floor in range 1, 5. The first value of floor is 1. So, and then it's for room in range 1, 5. The first value of room is 1. So when you print floor, floor, room, room, you get floor. The first value of floor is 1. Room, room here, first value of room is 1. Then it goes around this inner loop again. So the second value of room is 2. So when you get print floor, floor, room, room, the value of floor is still 1, but the value of room is 2. Then you go round this loop again. The value of room is 3. So when it prints floor, floor, room, room, the value of floor is 1, because floor still retains its value of 1, and the value of room is 3. 3 here. Then go round the inner loop again. For room in range 1, 5, room is now 4. So when it says print floor, floor, room, room, here we get floor 1 because the value of floor is still 1, and room, the value of room is 4. Then it goes round again. So we go back to the outer loop, for floor in range 1, 5. So the next value of floor is 2. And then it goes to the inner loop, for room in range 1, 5. So it's print floor, floor, room, room. So you get floor, the value of floor is 2, room is 1. Then it goes around this inner loop again. So the next value of room is 2. So when it says floor, floor, room, room, the value of floor is 2 and the value of room is 2. It goes around the inner loop again. The next value of room is 3. So when it says print floor, floor, room, room, the value of floor is 2 and the next value of room is 3. And then it goes around the inner loop again. The next value of room is 4. When it says print floor, floor, room, room, the value of floor is 2 and the value of room is 4. Then it goes back to the outer loop. for floor in range 1 to 5. So the next value of floor is 3. For room in range 1, 5, the next value of room is 1. So when it says print floor, floor, room, room, it's prints floor, which is, the value is now 3, and the value of room is 1. Now I think you should be able to understand now the logic behind how this program produces this output. Now what I suggest that you do is that you listen to the explanation again, you pause the video and think about it. And it might take a few goes for you to understand exactly what's going on.